So it's a rainy one today, but it's not going to stop me. I've got jobs doing the polytunnel. I've still got to harvest a pile of beans. The flowers are now starting to go over, especially some of the sweet peas. But let's get on. So inside the polytunnel, the tomatoes are starting to bulk up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get an amazing harvest this year, but it is what it is. You know, these things happen. One, it was my fault. Two, the weather's been abysmal, but I'm getting harvests. And I took note on comments from last week that said, you know, you probably beat yourself up a little bit more because, yeah, granted, some of the harvests weren't as good as what I planned, but I'm still getting harvest. The beans have been amazing. I've looked at other people who've had horrific times with their beans, yet I've had really good success with it. So I have to take the wins with the losses. So today, I don't know what I've got to get done altogether, but there is plenty of things to do. I still haven't sown the second succession of winter cabbages, and then later on I'll do my spring cabbages in about a week or two's time. So I definitely need to do that. And then if you haven't already, come on, let's get them done. Get some winter cabbages in. I'm going to be doing some nice savoys this year, and I might even do 2 beds of those this year so that I've got a nice stock of winter leafy greens to carry me through those abysmal months. So let's sow those. So the remaining winter brassicas are now all sown. I'll keep them in the greenhouse actually, I think, because I'm in and out here more now because the beans have started to romp away. This is the last now of the beans. These were the dwarf French beans that my mum gave me, but no, she's definitely saying that they were vines. So yeah, they've come now to about 6 foot or so. I will nip the tops out, but I'm holding off a little bit because these are smaller canes and there's not many flowers at the bottom. So I'm tempted to take them outside because with all this rain, they're going to benefit from them anyway. So I probably will take them outside now in the rain, and it's a horrible job, but you know, your plants will thank you for it anyway, because there's nothing better than fresh rain. Let's go. Oh, it's a wet one today, but the beans are out now. They'll have a good water in there, and I'm sure that they'll benefit. And plus, the pollinators can get them better up there. Inside was great because it shot them up the canes. but if it gets too cold, I can always bring them back in. And that's a good thing about planting beans in 30-litre buckets, is that they're mobile. So the beans are coming quick and fast now. Granted, this rain isn't ideal for me, but it's good for the beans. You know, having all that rich soil, really moist for them. They love wet soil, you know, and it's the best thing for them, because as much as you water through summer, it's never enough for them. It's never enough. But hopefully, you know, I get a good crop of them today, and family around for Sunday, because my parents' birthday, both of them close together, so they're all coming around for a nice Sunday roast. So I want to get some potatoes, some runner beans, one of those big cabbages that I've been growing on. So I'm going to harvest them, but I'm probably going to hold out for a few more days because they'll be fresh for Sunday, but we shall see. I'll probably call over in the middle of the, you know, one of the evenings and grab it, and then at least I know that it's fresh. Because runner beans, on last week's video, a few people comment saying, you know, like, what do you do with your beans? Do you prepare them straight away? And yes, I do. If I pick beans, I won't pick beans if I know I've got a busy evening. I'll pick beans when I know I've got like a quite chilled evening, I can sit there watching the TV, and as boring as it sounds, it'll thank you later on in the seasons, and definitely in winter when you're looking for that nice freshness from the plot. And they're in the freezer and they do really well in there. So I just sit there peeling away, watching TV, and it's the best way to do it is the first day. As soon as you pick them, go over. The next day they become a bit soft and hard to peel. So yeah, get it done straight away. So the spare cucumber plants seem to be doing really well as well. They're going all the way up to the roof, but I can't see many flowers. There is a few down here, but we'll see. Also, a few people have been asking, they can't really work out the logistics of where the one plot is and where the other plot is. So I'll show you now. I'll show you again how close I am to the other plot. So this is the new plot, and obviously you can see the beans here, and it goes all the way to the fence here, where those white metal raised beds are, just to there, and the fig and olive archway is right there. So all I have to do is walk all the way up here, and the fig and olive is right there. So it's just adjacent to each other, so literally a stone throw away. Now if, like me, you've got pumpkins that are trailing over the path, watch the spikes and watch you don't snap this, and gently move them back onto the area you want, and they'll start coiling around again. I doubt there's anyone else on site today in this dreadful weather. I mean, look at it, you can't even see the mountains today. But one of the reasons I'm here for is I'm going to keep a pile for obviously the family coming over, but there'll be another, you know, pile. So these ones here, these will be ready in about 2 or 3 days, because I haven't long cropped, and look at them. Beautiful long straight beans. Now if you have beans that are really curling over like this, it just means that there's some inconsistency in watering. So you'll always know that after a good rainfall the next couple of days, you'll have beautiful straight runner beans like this. But don't worry if they curl, they are a little bit more finicky to peel, but they taste just as good in the pot. Now the parsnips are absolutely bulking right up now. I mean, they are monsters. I think these are the Gladiator F1s. There is 2 or 3 here, another one over the archway, but I'm looking forward to seeing how we get on, because I never grow parsnips, and the problem is I didn't really till this soil underneath and make sure that there wasn't any bumps and lumps, so who knows what's going on under the ground, but we'll find out in winter. Now I've started to notice the figs are really bulking up now. Now over here, if you can have a look, I'll go over there now, you can see they're more of a reddy colour. Now that's normally an indication that they're ready. These ones, they're still, oh no, they're quite soft. So this one is getting a bit soft now, so I think another week and this one will be done. So let's go around. So if you have a look, this one now is absolutely soft as anything. So I know that this fig is ready to be picked. I mean, any more time over now and this will be gone, but I'm going to pick this today and then start making some jam. Now I absolutely love, and I've said this many times, fig, apple and pear jam. Now if you haven't made it, I would highly recommend it. I made it once when we were through COVID, and I think a friend had brought some figs into work, and we had pears and apples on the works plot that I actually had going as well. So yeah, through COVID I had another plot on the works ground to kind of help, you know, feed patients and the staff as well. So it was really good. It was a nice little venture for the patients and for us to do as well. But we did a fig and apple and pear jam, and God, it's been on my menu ever since. I'm not sure how I'm going to get these figs, so let's have a go. Oh, I'm getting wet today for you lot, honestly. This is not the show busy life. There you go. Oh, God, I'm wet. Yeah, as you can see, look, they're like a nice dark browny purpley colour now, and these are very, very soft, and I guarantee you, very, very sweet. And I'm wet. It is absolutely horrific here. You lot better like this video and comment this week, I tell you now. I'm absolutely drenched, but I've got 9 beautiful figs here, which I'm really pleased about, because they're a little bit of a surprise, because we've had dreadful weather, but maybe all that sun has done it good, you know, all our 1 week of sun we've had this summer. But yeah, the figs now are becoming quick and fast, so you need to keep on it if you've got a fig tree. Now be careful if your tree is huge, because those branches are very bendy and they can snap so easily as well, so don't rely on them to stand on. You know, if I had to go up any higher than that, then I would be getting a ladder for sure. But for now, the tree's not so high, and I do prune it down. And in winter, I think when it's dormant, I'm going to cut it right back, because fig trees are very, very forgiving of your pruning, and I'll show you that in winter as well. But if you haven't got it in the ground, which this was already on the plot before I came on here, it is ideal to keep it in a really big pot and just pot it on as much as you can every year that it gets bigger, because having those roots constrained actually helps it fruit more. So maybe if I dug down there, I'm hoping the owner of this plot beforehand had made like a concrete, because some people put a pile of concrete slabs around to make a box to push all the roots in to make it, you know, force that fruit, but who knows. I am absolutely hating the fact that I've got to go out there now and pick all those runner beans. I mean, the rain is coming down like no tomorrow, but it's a job that's got to be done. If not, they come true to their name as being string beans, and they're very stringy on the one side, on the spines, and they're just not as good. The skin becomes really tough, and you're just chewing them, and you want them tender. A lot of people pick them when they're very small. I try and pick them when they're about 6 to 7 inches long, and then they're just easy then to just peel off the spines and prepare. So yeah, don't think, oh, I'll keep them longer, I'll get bigger harvests, because they'll just be tough. They'll be tough old boots. So get them when they're small and get them when they're tender, because they're better then as well for eating. So yeah, just don't gamble with your produce, especially this year. Also, thank you so much for all the people that wished me happy birthday last video, and also sent me the super thanks and the buy me the coffees. I'm obviously overwhelmed when you do it, because it helps put the food and it helps put the plants and the compost and stuff on these, because it's nice to know that you're all helping this channel grow, and you're fighting, you know, you're flying my flag and you're rooting me on. So it really does help me, because some weeks I get over here and I feel like, why am I doing this? It's such a lot of work just to put a video out, and it's so much time as well that I take that I could be using in uni, but I am sacrificing a bit of that time to keep this YouTube going, and it really does help, and it pushes me on, especially the comments. So if you are watching my video and you think, oh, you know, I really enjoy watching, please just put a comment, even if you put like a love heart, or even if you just write thank you. It really does help, honestly. I can't explain to you how much it helps boost the channel by just commenting and liking it, because what it does is it tells YouTube that you liked it, so you commented because you liked it that much, and then it pushes it to more people, and then the channel carries on growing. So if you can and you've got a bit of time, click that like, click that comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. So I woke up a couple of days ago to a message on Instagram, and if you aren't already following my Instagram, I'll pop it here. Get over there. I post pictures all the time, updates on the plot as well, and also the pictures I try and focus on the things that I probably wouldn't show all the time on here, like a lot of the flowers as well, and also weird veg. So I woke up to a message asking about the live shows which I did last year in autumn, winter and spring. Now they started off as just a bit of fun, a couple of friends, a couple of YouTuber friends that got together, discussed gardening to kind of keep the gardening going and give the viewers something to watch over autumn and winter. And then it became this thing where YouTubers that might not have worked together as quick as they did, they come together, and you know, it dragged YouTubers together you might not have thought might become friends, and it's absolutely lovely to see. It's lovely to see that there's YouTubers out there now working together and are comfortable to ask, because sometimes you get a bit awkward to ask a YouTuber, like, do you want to do a video together, or do you want, because it's a bit awkward. Not for me. I mean, I'll knock on your door and I'll wake you up at 3 in the morning to ask you, but other people won't be as cheeky as me. But it's nice to see. So they've asked whether or not they're coming back, you know, whether or not the lives are coming back, and yes, they are. So in autumn, probably October, maybe a little bit earlier, depends if Jane Kelly nags me a little bit to start them a bit early, because just like me, she loves a live as well. If you've got some YouTubers or new YouTubers, or YouTubers that I have not, perhaps haven't seen, because I've been discovering YouTubers this last month that's been going for months, and I didn't know they were even on YouTube, because sometimes YouTube don't show other YouTubers or other viewers those channels. So if you've got a YouTuber and you think, oh, they're really good, pop them in the comments before, tag their channel in, and yeah, perhaps they can come on the show in autumn and winter and they can share some of their experience. And whether or not they're a new gardener or really experienced, they're all welcome. And one person I want to talk about this week who I have discovered, and that is Dora. Dora has got a beautiful channel. I'll pop it in the description, and please go over, watch some of her videos, like, comment, tell her I've sent you over, and subscribe to her channel. She has got, I'm not even joking you, such a beautiful, calming plot, and her videos are amazing. I was blown away watching them. So if you haven't already, and I always try and, you know, promote new channels and give them that little, you know, sometimes they don't get the credit that they should have because the algorithm might not be working for them right now or something, but Dora's doing amazing anyway. She's flying through. But get over to Dora's channel. Like I said, I'll pop it in the description. Sure it is, sure. And go over there, give her a subscribe, and just help her along, you know, because she's one of the channels, I'm telling you now, mark my words, she'll be a contender for next year for sure, and she's definitely coming on my lives, whether she likes it or not. I'm joking, I've already asked her and she's said yes. Now more dahlias are coming out now. This one's here, it's absolutely beautiful. And also there's some more blooms over here where the nasturtiums are taking over, but look at these ones. Look at these absolutely beautiful dahlias. These ones are turning over now, but look, absolutely stunning. I'm so glad that I grew them this year. The honker black dahlias, they have been an absolute showstopper, and I'm not even joking you, there's still loads of buds ready to pop out as well. So these have been absolutely amazing this year. These have been growing all through summer and straight into autumn as well. They'll be here as well, so I'm really pleased that these have come back this year. And I didn't overwinter them in the polytunnel. I left them outside in the metal raised bed, and they've overwintered well. But look at them, beautiful. I am a little bit worried about the wispy olive tree that I inherited, and don't get me wrong, the olives never come to anything, they're tiny, but I love the structure and I love the leaves. But this branch I'm really worried about, because the last year now it's really stretching over, and I'm a little bit worried that it's going to snap off here in winter, especially with all the wind that we get. So I'm gonna have to look at this and maybe trying to strengthen this somehow or put a support in, because yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this tree because it's starting to really bend over now. So I might have to put a structure in to hold it up. So I've just noticed while filming as well that Kerry at Dog on the Plot and Clay at the Farmyard Garden, they're both so close now to 3,000 subs. So do me a favour, they support my channel as well, and when I've got milestones, you know, they push me through the mark as well. So do me a favour, after you've watched this video, not before because it'll ruin my retention, watch my video all the way through, then go over, subscribe to Kerry at Dog on the Plot, Clay at the Farmyard Garden. I'll put links to their channels as well under Dora's, and yeah, go over, give them some support and just give them a little like, comment and subscribe, and let's just help us through, you know, through this dreadful summer. Let's go. I don't want to do it. I do not want to go over there and pick those beans. This is going to be a horrible thing because all the foliage is really saturated as well, so I'm going to come back here drenched. It's going to look like I've been at the Arctic Sea for a month. Right, let's go. I'll need a trug, won't I? And what better trug to use is the one that Claire over at the Farmyard Garden gave me for my birthday, that says on there, grow up. That's my channel name, you know.
There's a storm coming, and I need a hand to hold, with the fear of being here on my own, with the winds blowing and the leaves they turn to gold, like they did with you those summers ago.
Now you probably can't hear me here, but I am drenched. God, tell you what, this is the only video that I can do this week because of the rain, and also Leo's here for the weekend. It's the summer holidays and he likes to spend some time with his uncle, and I'm sure we'll come over the plot, but sometimes it's nice just not to film it, you know, and just enjoy the experience with your nephew. So that's what we're doing. I think we're going kayaking as well. So this is the only day that I can actually come over, so never mind. That's showbiz, kids, that's showbiz. Now I think that'll do. I'll leave the rest on now for the Sunday harvest. But I'm glad because a few people mentioned last week's video. Now I don't mind when people notice these things and tell me. They noticed I was picking the Greek gigantes as well on the one side, and I forgot about that, so I've left them on this time. I grew them, which is the white ones on the end here, and they noticed I was picking them as runner beans, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep them on there until end of season, and the papery pods dry up, and then they rattle, and then you know they're ready for harvest, and they're great for putting in casseroles and stews, and they really do bulk up there with a nice meaty taste. I want to show you something. So remember I said to you about the beans that might go over a little bit more. Now these ones, see the pods have started to go really big now, and if you snap it, it gives a good snap, and inside you can see there's like this stringy texture. Now that's what you don't want to be eating because it's not good. This is quite leathery now. So if the beans look quite bulky like this, I mean the beans inside are pretty big now. They're okay, you can eat these beans, you know, you can cook with them or whatnot, but the pods, which is what I like to eat, I prefer it when the beans are small and the pods are tender. So yeah, if you get them like this, they're not as good. Now the one thing that I have noticed this year is that the red runner beans that I normally grow, they become a little bit more leathery quicker, and you always know the red ones because they've got a bit of a red tint on the, you know, on the spines. But I found that these ones, now if I can remember what they're called, I'll pop it on the screen. If not, I'll have to go back through my seed stock and have a look. But these ones have been absolutely amazing. You know, they've been very tender. They're like more of a lime green color, and I think they're a white bean as well. So I think I'm going to grow them more next year, which is this you know, the first apex of beans. Now, I've been sticking to the red ones for so long, but these ones are doing me really, really well this year. Now, if you've got a runner bean or a French bean recommendation for me, pop it in the comments before, because I'm now looking already at what I'm ordering for next year and my stock. Now, I will be keeping a pile of beans because the white ones are definitely staying. Might keep some of the red ones as well, we shall see. But yeah, I'm always looking for new things to try and new stock. So even though I save a lot of seed and a lot of beans to save money, I'm always happy to try something new which will improve my dinner plate. So pop them below if you've got any ideas. So sometimes I forget that I've got beans on the fig and olive plot. Now, this was a trial to see which plot did better, because sometimes the beans like a little bit of shade. Now, if we would have had a massive heat wave this year, the fig and olive plot might have been a success, but due to the fact that we've had pretty crappy weather, the shade on this plot has been pretty dismal, and the beans haven't done as well. But I gotta keep remembering that I've got to go over and harvest over here as well, because I keep thinking that's the main bean support. So let's go over and get some beans over here as well. Now, deep, I don't even know if you can see me inside the fig and olive jungle, there are some beans. Now, they haven't done as good, like I've said, but they're doing okay. They're doing all right. And granted, I should have harvested these more and more, but I probably won't put them on here next year. And you're probably watching this on your screen now. If you've tuned in at this moment, you've probably tuned in and you're talking to a runner bean structure and wondering what's going on. But I am here. I'm just harvesting and getting absolutely drenched for you lovely viewers sat in your home, nice and warm. And another thing that I have learned is that the nasturtiums, which are helping with the black fly, are very, very wet. And yeah, I'm trying to get the tender ones. Are very wet. So next year, I'm going to definitely move them further away, because I can't get to the beans. Now, sometimes people think YouTube gardening is very glamorous and all about the nice shirts and coming onto your plot, and there's plenty to do, which is like beautiful harvests and sowing nice things in your warm polytunnel. No, this is the reality that we go home wet, dirty, covered in mud, and something that probably would have took 10 minutes to do, and then you're out of the rain, you're soaking wet because you're filming it. So, but would I have it any other way? Absolutely not. Oh, and by the way, I'm Danny and this is Grow Up.